This is it. Let's see if there's anybody home.
And welcome back to Shadow Warrior. I hope you're really pumped up for the epic action-packed showdown against Zing. But before we get to that, I'd like to take a note on the environment. This is our third trip to the Shadow Realm so far, and each of the places looked different. A lot of games that have another dimensions or another worlds just skim on it and make the whole place look the same. Here, it kind of makes you feel that the Shadow Realm is a realm, it's a place as big as Earth.
What? Who are you?
You're the one who got beheaded.
And you're the one who can state the obvious. My name is Zing.
How long have you been sitting here like this?
I have no idea. I seem to have holes in my memory. Did you tell me your name?
It's Lo Wang. I'm looking for Hoji.
Hoji? I haven't heard that name in a long time. He was banished.
He's back. It's complicated.
I don't participate in my family's melodramas anymore. But I can show you the way to his workshop, and perhaps you can find some scenery that's a bit more stimulating.
All right then. Let's head out.
Head out. Nice one.
Sorry. Reflex. I used to be an asshole.
Yes, I can empathize.
Why are you helping me?
What do you mean?
Don't you and Hoji have a history?
Do we? Well, tell me, mortal. I barely remember the brat.
Oh, it's not worth discussing.
How did you get to the Shadow Realm?
I was drawn here by a Whisperer's memory.
How did you do that?
I didn't do anything. It happened when I destroyed it.
It was mine, wasn't it?
It was.
Do you know what was inside? What they made me forget?
Couldn't tell you.
That's a shame.
What happened to your body?
It's alive. Somewhere. I think it's Emra's puppet now.
How is that possible?
An axe may sever my head, but it cannot take an ancient's life.
But how does Enra control your body?
Through powerful wizardry, mortal, you cannot imagine. We're still connected in some small way. Every now and then I can feel it walking, but it's not my head that's giving the orders.
Okay, so I lied. This chapter is all plot, so sit back, enjoy the exposition, and try to recall some of the things I rambled on about in chapter 13.
Lay me down, mortal. This is where we part ways.
You've come all this way. Don't you want to see this through?
I have no desire to rejoin my family's tiresome drama. There is a lovely view here. After so many years on a dusty floor, one is easily amused.
Oh. Okay.
And if you see my body, do me the favor of hacking it to bits.
Will do.
I'll even give you a checklist. Selfishness, loyalty, sacrifice, higher causes. Repentance, that's a big one too. Even redemption, possibly. Believe it or not, me talking over this fine showcase of graphics isn't just caused by being deathly afraid of dead air or loving the sound of my own voice, despite both of those really being true, but this chapter's existence alone proves to me that someone on the developer team really cared about the plot, and I'd like to at least try to get you to...
Visitors? At this hour?
Hoji,
No way. What are you doing here?
what do you think? I came for you.
Of course you did.
What's going on? Where's Enra?
On the mountain beside my fair sister. Do you have the noted Surakake?
Zilla still has the last piece.
Then you should go. Find Zilla.
I can't fight him without you.
You don't need to fight anyone anymore. Give him your sword.
What's wrong with you, Hoji?
A great deal. My deeds set this world on its dangerous path. Now it is up to me to right it. So if you'll excuse me, I have much work.
Excuse you? Fuck that. Get your ass down here, we're leaving. This isn't over.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. Still, if you're going to hang around, I could use your help with this. I find it cathartic. Perhaps you will also.
A little gameplay interlude. What we need to do is find the pedestal that's glowing red, and it takes me a while to figure that out. And if you happen to enjoy the chilled out Hoji, remember, he doesn't remember everything.
How did you find me?
I met your brother, Zing. Or part of him.
Ah, poor Zing. The forlorn instrument of my mad affairs. Much like you. I wish I could express how sorry I am to both of you.
Repentance, fixing your own mistakes, making your past right, and good and evil. Where does that fit in?
So you're Enra's little servant now. A little taste of that yes sir, no sir.
He will undo my wrongs. I was not in a position to lie.
Why did you poison her in the first place?
I wanted the world to burn. I don't know. It's hidden inside a whisperer.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient?
Remember the intro? The line about wanting the world to burn should be your cue to rewatch it if you haven't already. Because that's one of the lines that do stick out the most out of it. And by now it should be obvious that that is what Enra has to say for himself.
What are you making?
I'm sorry, but I need to sever the ties between us. Enra is right.
What are you talking about? Once you finish whatever this is, we're going after Zilla.
I abhor what I did, and our little journey together. What was I thinking? Now I know, and I need to get rid of it, and start anew, beginning with you.
Now this is a bit of an odd bit if you count your whisperers, because you might remember that there's still at least one other out there. So the express purpose of this one is to try to make Hoji forget another thing. Now I would also like to draw your attention to Hoji's movements. We've discussed that before, and while before we could dismiss it as him being overly dramatical and theatrical just for the sake of showing off, here you'll probably start to suspect this is really how he conveys emotion.
What? What the hell are you doing?
It is not for the servant to balk at the task set before him. I have learned my place. After the blood drops, I will no longer know you. Go. For your own protection.
So this is how you handle your problems? The big eraser?
Our debts are laid upon us at birth.
Fuck that. You poison your sister and condemn your world. That's shitty. But forgetting won't make any of it right.
If I follow your path, my world die.
Help me with Zilla. We'll find a way to wake your sister and stop Enra for good.
How?
Oh, we're going to start having detailed action plans now? I may go down, but I won't go down on Enra's terms. Feel better?
He would have imprisoned me here for the rest of my life. Just like her.
Newsflash, your brother is a dick. Here. You want this?
I wish I knew how to quit you. I'll hold you to your word, Lo Wang. Stopping Zilla is just a means to an end. I need to save her and the realm.
Fine. But we need to go back. Now.
Step outside.
You have enough chi?
I had some stashed in the lab. Here. That should take us back to wherever you came from.
Let's go.
That's more like it. See you next time for the penultimate chapter and showdown with Zilla.